your mama's racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
I can hear you. Yes.
All right, welcome Vigilante Nation to Rockingham, North Carolina for the Vigilante Premiere Series, Round 9, the Rockstorm 150. My name is Alan Vaught, and I'm joined by Ricky Wittenberg in the booth tonight, and we'll be bringing you all of the racing action. We'll get you started here in just a minute. So just a little bit on the rock here. Rockingham Speedway is a 1.017 mile abrasive, high-banked oval famous for chewing up tires, punishing overdrivers, and rewarding those who can balance aggression with patience. Unlike smoother intermediates, the Rock is all about throttle control, tire conservation, and managing fall off over the long green flag stretches. And I'll tell you what, Ricky, we saw this on Monday night. Some of the guys were telling me they just wore out that right front tire rather.
Yeah, man, the Rockingham, it's right up there with Darlington is one of the most abrasive tracks. It may be more abrasive than Darlington, and I think Rockingham's just one of the toughest tracks out there because you can really overdrive the truck easily. You can push real hard for 10 or 15 laps, but then their tires are going to be screaming at you for the next 50.
Yeah, it was interesting. Some guys chose to go super long, and we'll see if they do that tonight. Some choosing not to take tires even on one stop, which I thought was very brave. And we'll see if they try it tonight and if it rewards them at all. But, hey, before we get any further, I just make sure I mention that we always thank Lori for being out there. My wife Lori's out there managing the race and keeping this gang in line, which is no easy task. Me as a broadcaster, I don't have to do that anymore. So she's taking a huge load off of my back. But let's get you started with some race details. All right, Rockingham, round 9, 150 laps. That's 150 miles, virtual miles. It is a 1 mile track. They have 65% fuel. They only have 2 extra sets of tires over the wall, so 3 total for this race. Fast repairs, 0. There's no getting out of trouble here. The instant limit set to 25 and 6, and as always, iRacing controls the cautions, the lucky dog, and the waiver rounds. And now we're going to talk a little bit about championship. You can see there on your board, we got pretty tight from second all the way down to 4th. You're looking at 6-point difference from second to the 2 guys, Chris Goins and Andy Blair, tied in 4th. This is a little bit of a lead, 21-point lead for your top dog there right now, the number 51 of Dylan Bryant. But this is really getting tight with just a few races to go here in the season. In fact, just to double check, after tonight, I'm on the wrong schedule here. After tonight's race, we only have 4 to go. Vegas, Talladega, Auto Club, and Homestead, Miami for the championship. And so it's going to be quite the race to the champion here in this series, Ricky.
Yeah, and it looks like Dylan Bryant, he's got that lead. I would think that the 2 biggest wild card races left would be tonight at Rockingham because of the way the track is. It kind of races like a short track sometimes. You get in trouble depending on your pit strategy, and then you got Talladega. So anything could happen at Talladega. So I think he's wanting to probably nurse his lead here tonight and just try not to do damage control here at Rockingham and Talladega.
Yeah, no, for sure. You can see the trucks on the track right now. They have about a little under 30 seconds to go in their practice session. They'll have a 5-minute qualifying before we get started here tonight. We're a little bit early kicking in, but I kind of want to talk about a couple of things. Starting off this week, NASCAR in real life announced a change to how we crown a champion. It is no longer when and you're in. There's no more there's stage racing, but there's no more playoff elimination rounds and all of that. It goes down to just strictly a little bit old school, not quite 36 race full, but they go 26 races. Then they reset the top 16 with some variation from 1st to 16th in points, and they get after it for 10 races to crown a champion. Now, I'm going to give my opinion a little bit ahead of time, and Ricky chime in here, but I think this is a positive for NASCAR overall. I felt like in the last few years it was getting a little bit on the too far to the entertainment side, and maybe delegitimizing our champion, which in the last few years especially had become a huge topic around the fan base. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, Ricky, but I think this is a positive.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a step in the right direction. I think that what they've been doing has shown that The Crash TV style don't always work for NASCAR fans. And, if you have a champion with 2 races to go, you just have a champion with 2 races to go. Sometimes it happens. But I think the main thing with that is I would like to have seen them do even more points for the winner. It's not a win and you're in. I know they went up to 55, which I love that number. That's a number.
That's a good number for you.
That's a good number for me, but I really wish they'd went up to maybe like even 65 or 70 to win, just to it's not a win and you're in, but man, if you win, it would be really, really beneficial and maybe make people push, because I think what's going to happen now, you're going to have people points racing more, which is okay. But if it's coming down to the end of the race and you want to see a shootout, you might have guys that just settle for second now, and they're not going to race as hard for the win. So there's kind of a fine line there. And but it is a step in the right direction. And the other thing that I wish that they would maybe address in the future is the stage points. I think the stage points are fine. I really wish they wouldn't throw the cautions at the stages anymore. If you have a green flag race all the way to flag to flag, it is what it is. I think with the stages now and the way the teams strategize, actually having the stages takes less strategy. It makes it for less strategy in a race.
No, I mean, I agree on your points there. I think that, there's a 20-point advantage to winning the race. However, you could have, I think, if somebody did the math the other night, you could win all stages and then come in second. And I think you can tie the number of points that the winner gets. And I just don't think that's right. So to your point, I think it should be upped a little bit. And then additionally, we'll start off by saying, hey, man, this is a great, huge step in the right direction. But if they go to tweak it on it just a slight bit more, maybe next season, I don't know that 16 drivers should be in the chase. I think it should be more around 12.
Yeah, but the way they're going to spread it out, I don't mind the 16 because I think the sponsors incentives to be in the playoffs, or whatever they're going to call it now, the chase again, to be in the chase. It'll probably help teams where, the more teams in the chase, and if you say that you make the chase, then your sponsor will give you more money. So I don't have a problem with the 16 because I think the guy that's coming into the playoffs in 16th just about has a snowball's chance on the equator to win the championship.
Yeah, he'd have to have an incredible run and help from everyone else by having a poor run. So the other 9 in front of him, it's 100 points difference from first to 16th entering the chase itself. To that point though, I just don't know that. I mean, nearly half the field is going to qualify for the quote unquote postseason. And that's kind of where my rub is, but I get it. This is a financial sport as well. You got to please your sponsors and to be able to say, hey, look, I'm a chase driver. I'm a chase team. It's going to bring in more bucks and more maybe TV revenue, things of that nature. So I'm not totally upset about it. I just don't know if we're going to make it even more legitimate. Maybe we kind of reduce that just a little bit, make it a little bit more exclusive.
Yeah. I mean, there's always ways to tweak it.
Yeah, but I don't know. This is much further than I expected us to get, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be some other, small around the edges and everything. So to take such a huge step, huge shout out to Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Mark Martin, man. Talk about a beast and an advocate for the fan. Mark Martin just went out there and he threw his reputation on the line to get us this far. And man, I appreciate that guy.
Yeah, Mark Martin is definitely old school. Him and Dale Jr. kind of understand it. And I think the drivers, they're all going to say whatever NASCAR tells them to say. But in general, I do think that most drivers are in agreement with this format, at least being better than what they had, because it really was, I don't know, it was like a hurricane coming through. The format was it was so crazy. Now that it's going to be a little more structured, at least halfway back to the old way. They'll never get back to the original style again, but I think this is about as close as they're going to get, at least for the format part.
Nah, man, I'm really excited about this season to see how it turns out. But to your point about, hey, the drivers are just going to say whatever NASCAR does, I want to give a shout out to Chase Elliott, man. I don't know if you happen to hear this in some of the stuff this week, Ricky, but they said, hey, man, we want you to come out here and for this announcement. He says, well, hold on a minute. What's the format going to be? Because I'm not going to go out there and advocate for something I don't believe in. So, I mean, props to that guy, man, for, sticking by his belief that it had to be right for him to support it in his mind.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wish more drivers would do that, but I mean, I understand why they do what they do because it's all about, pleasing the machine sometimes, and sometimes you got to bow down and kiss that ring.
Yeah, no shit. That's for sure. Okay, hey, let's get to the starting lineup here. So, top step of the race tonight is Jack Dixon and that number 48 Chevrolet. Chris Goins in second. Russ Kilgore, third place. John McAdam, fourth. Dylan Bryant, fifth. Andy Player in sixth. Scott Roney, seventh. Eighth place is Jonathan Osborne. Ninth, Greg Dobson. And 10th, Andrew Cawthon.
Then, yes, if my results would come up here, it'd be great. So in 11th from qualifying, you've got Jacob Alicia, Sean McDonald in 12th. In 13th, Anthony Williams, Mike Adamson 14th, Austin Paul, good to see him back, 15th, Tony Benfield 16th, Tom Barish 17th, Dave Mayberry 18th, Kelly Kill 19th, and George Rincon in 20th.
21st, you got Aaron Warren. 22nd, Scott Milner. 23rd, John Gallagher. 24th, Jesse Redding. Chandler Paul in 25th, John Shanebachler in 26th, Trevor Robertson 27th, and Mike Everidge rounds out our 28 truck field there in the 28th position. So great looking turnout here tonight. Love going to the Rock. NASCAR is returning to the Rock this year, not in the Cup Series, but they are going with the Craftsman and the newly minted O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, formerly the Xfinity Series. I can get that out of my mouth.
It's going to be tough to remember to say O'Reilly Series as we've said. I still call it the dang Busch Series.
I do too, man.
It's always the Busch Series.
So we're going to get a couple of laps, parade laps here, being a short track, and then they'll go green. Actually, let me double check that. The lights are already out on top of the pace truck. They normally do 2 laps at these joints before they get underway. We'll find out here in a moment.
There's a lot of people out in the chat. I see Kyle Watt out there. It's good to see him. Tim Brown out there. Tim McAdam in the chat. Nicole Walsh wanting Dylan Bryant to win the race. Fred Arnell pulling for the number 13 tonight. I guess Craig Goodenough must not be in the. I didn't see his name, so he switched his allegiances to Andy Player for.
Yeah, it's good turnout right now. We got 21 people out there in the chat. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the special events. And we are going green right now.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are underway, folks. Green, green, green. This first start was on the flagman. Every restart after this will be on the leader of the race. Pretty good clean start so far. With Goins, Chris Goins taking the lead. A little bit of bouncing around.
Greg Dobson got really loose out of turn 2. Almost wrecked, but he saved it.
Chris Goins out to your early lead. Jack Dixon in second. Then you have John McAdam, Andy Player. They're fighting for third. Pretty good battle going on right here. Kodiak 47 underneath the Apex machine. McConaughey setup shot number 13. Like 13 is going to prevail right now, or the 47 saying, hey, maybe thinking to himself, let me get behind this guy and just log some laps right now. See, I had some onboard cameras here tonight. Let's see if anybody else joined. Indeed, we did have 2 more. I think that's Jack Dixon. So we got Jack Dixon, we got Osborne in the 81 machine, 13 of Player, the 01 of Kelly Kill, the 085 of Dobson, and the 023 of Roney. Man, the 01, the 085, and what's up with all the guys with 0 before their number have a camera? We'll do a run through the field here in just a minute. Right now, we're just
tell you, there is definitely a hornet's nest. Holy crap! You got Stoney Benfield, Anthony Williams. This is back for about 15th. There's 2 by 2 by 2. It looks like Talladega out here.
Yeah, as soon as I get this camera to come up here, we'll go take a look at that. Looking at Kelly Kill right now. Let's see, I think I already have 1, 2, 3. Yep, all good there. We'll get a look at the onboard cameras as we get through the night. Let's see where the battles are at, man. They're all over the place, actually. So this is over. Side-by-side action here between Austin Paul and Sean McDonald in the 23 making the pass. Still got 2x2 by 6 trucks deep here. Look at the 5 machine up on the wall. It's going to be Anthony Williams with Trevor Robertson on his inside. Now, I did have a couple of penalties tonight coming into this race, one of which was the 6 machine of Trevor Robertson. The other is Deion Jones. So those guys were coming from the back. And right now, it looks like the 6 is headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I actually saw that looked like the 2 truck of Kilgore was given an EOL penalty. I'm not sure if he had a penalty, but he definitely was going to start up front and went to the back.
He may have had a
like a carryover penalty.
A carryover penalty, yep. If he's missed a few weeks.
Oh, and gosh, he just clocked the wall. Jinx, commentators jinx.
The 2 machine?
Kilgore, yeah, he got loose out of 3 and 4, and he popped the wall pretty good. Hopefully, he hit it flush.
The right side of his truck looks okay. Yeah. The only question is, sometimes the cosmetically you look fine, but maybe you bent, a tie rod or something like that, and you're inside the truck. It looks like his wheel's straight. I'm looking at the tape on his wheel. We'll go to inside the truck and take a look. Oh, we don't have the steering wheel up there. We can see it from the outside, though. He seems to be fine. Running right now in the 25th position. Let's jump back up front here. Let's run through the field. 11 laps into this 150-lap event. Good start so far. A place like this, not to have some kind of trouble right off the bat, speaks volumes for how well these drivers and how seriously they take it. So the 1 machine, Chris Gomes, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Right now, a little small lead over second place Jack Dixon. I do have an onboard for Dixon as well. Let's take a look. He's got new camera angle since you were last here.
No, what a stallion, Jack Dixon, right there. You can see the concentration on his face. He is definitely looks like he's holding his breath.
Yeah, he doesn't. I sometimes bite my lip or kind of purse it or whatever, but Jack's one of our Canadian drivers, one of 3 Canadian drivers in the field tonight, racing out of Mitchell, Ontario, Canada. And we appreciate our brothers from the north. Along with Jack Dixon, we have Sean McDonald and Greg Dobson racing out of Canada.
Hey, I got to give Jack some props here. I know that it was a throwback, and he actually just threw back to one of my original schemes that I painted up for him for the Omega Racing Experience team that we used to have. So Jack's running an old paint scheme of Shocker graphics.
And closely followed by Andy Player in that 13 McConey setup shop machine. Andy races with us out of Concord, New Hampshire. And he's also, I don't know why that graphics off there. I'll have to fix that. He's also racing this weekend in the Daytona 24, one of 13 VRL drivers in 3 teams. And I'll get more into that later.
The players running a Greg Biffle throwback scheme. Good to see that one. Know that it's been tough for a lot of people. A lot of people like Biffle, and good to see the tribute out there for the Biff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Trying to fix the main screen up a little bit. It's a little bit off.
No, just going through the field while you're doing that, looking at different battles. Looks like most of the guys, there are some side-by-side battles, but I think this is one of these tracks where you're almost afraid to race other people, where you're so concentrated on racing the track and not killing your tires. You're doing your own thing, and this is a track that you can really get spread out on. So without us having that early caution, this is a track where they could go without a caution, possibly. Or when people start pitting and you're 2.5 seconds off, you might accidentally get ran over. That's the 2 most likely things to happen.
Yeah, for sure. And I did get this Got the camera situation fixed up, so we should be in pretty good shape now. Don't know why that was a little bit off, but it was. And we're back. So keep running through the field here. Dylan Bryant is in 4th position. Dylan's your current points leader. He's up by 21 points entering the race tonight. Up 1 spot so far, running in 4th. Just behind him, you got that 47 having a strong run. He's down 1 spot so far, but John McAdam is running in 5th. Followed closely by a pretty good mover here. The 31 of Jacob Elish is up 5 positions so far. Had a really good run on Monday night as well. Back here in 7th, you got Jonathan Osborne racing with us out of Woodbury, New Jersey. Jonathan, always a gentleman and a scholar, giving us an onboard camera look at his real-life cockpit and everything. We appreciate that. Doing a great job. Affectionately known as Chachi. He's up 1 position thus far in the race. In 8th, Scott Roney out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Running only 1 position down from where he began the race, probably managing his tires. A lot of these guys were talking about that before they entered the race tonight. So I know there is a concern. So if you see your favorite driver drop a couple of spots, it might be strategy on their part. We got Mike Adams out of Sanford, Florida, in that 88 throwback Wrangler machine. Lori did ask for some throwback schemes tonight, so we might see a few of them. This is certainly one of them. We got Greg Dobson out of Newmarket, Ontario, Canada, running that Phoenix paint scheme here tonight, the 085, and providing us with onboard camera view as well. Greg is down 1 spot. He had a good qualifying run, starting in 9th position. Got Austin Paul, number 3 machine. Oh, we got a crash. Russ Kilgore may be involved. And let's see what happens, Russ. Russ is in that number 2 Seattle Seahawks truck. Oh, just a misjudgment. I think he was going to slot in behind the 82 there. Just didn't work out. Look at it from one more angle. Yeah, he was down low. I think he expected the 82 to be forward of him by the time he got up there. Oh, I think I heard his engine blow too. That's probably going to be the end of his night.
Yeah, he's disconnected.
Well, no, I see the... Okay, he disconnected, so that confirms it. I thought I heard an engine blow, but I do see his wheels turning there. That's unfortunate for us. It was good to see him on track. All right, we'll see what these boys are going to do. Go into pits and get some tires. They only have 2 extra sets, 24 laps into this. What would you do?
Oh, man. I would go ahead. Usually I would save them, but here with the way things play out, I would take them, because if you don't and the caution don't come out, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, because you're going to go a lap down quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you almost have to here.
Now, these guys were, they've been asking Lori, you know, for tighter competition on these tires and really stretch it. This is probably the least amount of tires they've had in a while for one of the official events.
Yeah, I like it because it does create more strategy when you have less tires. You got to think about, you know, what you're going to do, and it creates more strategy.
Well, we saw what the leader did, Chris Goins. He did not take any tires, and those guys behind him did not either. So, you know, and I don't know. I think maybe I would have done that too, but it's a chance. If somebody took tires, I could see a Dave Mayberry. So, you know, some of these gamblers out there, I could see them taking tires and maybe come and run away with this if it goes green. Because if you go out equally across the entirety of the race, you should run about 50 miles or 50 laps rather than 50 miles on one set of tires if you're going to spread it out evenly toward the end of the race.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they didn't, but man, if I was somebody that was, I don't know, running 20th and it looked like everybody else was taking just gas, I would have took tires, try to just jump out, drive as hard as I could, and put some people a lap down, because then if caution comes out, all of a sudden you're in really good shape. You might have one less set of tires, but you might have half the field a lap down too. Yeah,
exactly. And if you can trap them down like that, it'd be a very, very smart coup on your behalf. But hey, man, while we have this chance, you want to take a check on the chat? I do see Lori out there welcoming you back. It's been a minute. I know you've been super busy. What's been holding you away, man?
Well, oh gosh, all kinds of different stuff. Well, I had a $1,000 water leak in my yard, and it gave me a $700 water bill. One Wednesday, and then last Wednesday, one of my kids was sick, and I had another water leak. But it was luckily just under the house. So I don't want to talk about water. If anybody has a water sponsor or anything to do with water, I've got a problem with it at this right now.
All right, man. I won't. You kind of got some PTSD talking about water. I won't get into that with you then. But here we go. We're going back underway here. Control of the race over to Gones.
Green, green, green.
And he launches. Gets a nice launch on that bottom line there over Jack Dixon on the high side, with Andy Player trying to creep up underneath there and Superman looking to take advantage as well. 47 into 51. Oh, side by side there. These guys are starting this next stint here, most of which on old tires.
I don't know if Greg Dobson had an issue or if he money shifted, but he dropped down.
Oh yeah,
got off the pace and fell way back. So I think that maybe he just spun up the tires and was trying to be careful and just got back in line. That's better than popping the engine shifting down.
So I'm looking at pit times, Ricky, across the board here. It looks like 6 and 7 seconds. So it looks like pretty much nobody took tires. Maybe Mike Everidge or Trevor Robertson. They had very long pit stops there, and John Gallagher.
I actually looked at them while they were in the pits, and it looked like they were just sitting in the pits, so maybe they were all getting repairs. I know Everidge was involved in the crash, so he was probably getting some repairs done. But the other two, I'm not really sure. I don't know if they had tire damage or if they were just maybe they had to go to take a bathroom break or something. Something was going on with the other two, but none of them took tires.
Right here, you're looking at second through fifth. Jack Dixon just forward of this battle between Andy Player and Dylan Bryant. Dylan's on the outside in Superman machine. Don't know what's going to prevail, the shortest line around the track or the momentum off the top. Looks like that momentum is tremendous, though, for the 51 as he takes that spot.
There's 3 wide just behind that. You had Jonathan Osborne and Austin Paul, and I think they may have been with Benfield, and it got really tight. They worked it out.
Just behind them, you can see here another gaggle. Stoney Benfield. I see, no, that's the number 3 machine there of Austin Paul, George Rincon, the 01 of Kelly Kill, Redding. Kelly's getting around the outside of the 28 right now. Redding setting his sights on that Goodweiser machine. And you see Cawthon come into your frame. Ooh, a little
like
tail
Kelly.
happy. Go ahead.
Kelly, is he running a GoDaddy throwback scheme, a Danica Patrick look?
You know, he's actually racing a VRN truck that he's got the kind of GoDaddy colors on it. That's a good point.
Yeah, it looks like a GoDaddy throwback. So that's what we're going with.
We'll go with that. The GoDaddy VRN sponsored truck, huh? And we have an onboard with Kelly tonight as well. There's this in-truck cockpit you see there. Kelly races with us out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Right now having a good run, up 7 positions thus far and running in 12th. And over the years, short tracks has not been one of his favorite to run, but he has steadily improved on them. Looks like he's getting better at his tire management.
Yeah, I mean, it was just last season, I believe, the VRL race at Bristol. Kelly was really fast. Had some bad luck late, but I mean, he was on top of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, wow, Alicia and McAdam, a little how do you do side by side.
Oh, McAdam and Alicia. Let's see, right here we go. Here we go. Looking at both these guys, 31 of Jacob Alicia and 47 on the outside there of John McAdam. And John is, man, he's got a thing for these short tracks, man. I like the Kodiak throwback scheme as well.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
Oh, he came off the wall and it went around. Oh, I got the 81. The 75's involved.
George Rincon piles in.
We'll go back and take a look at it all as a bunch. Wow, that was a lot.
Checking up attitude.
See if we can get an overhead shot to begin with. You just see that 47 just brushes the wall on the outside, and that's what caused him to go down. And then these other guys are taking evasive, and Kelly just got a piece of it as well. We're just talking about him. George just plows. Did he plow into his teammate? Was that the 82? I think it was. Oh, that's gonna be rough. Let's see if we find the 28 here. Here's the 82. I think that's what happened.
Dave can't hear anything, FYI.
He's already damaged here. Nope, that wasn't him because he wasn't down on the apron.
He hit Benfield. That's actually another one of his teammates, I believe. So he did.
Oh, they're the same team as well? Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, guys, Dave can't hear or talk.
And here it happens here. Oh, he just gets 75 gets turned just because of the checkup. And here comes his teammate.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, it's not good.
It's a good thing.
So several trucks involved here. We'll see what happens with them.
I enjoy Dave's pantry.
Now, 38 laps in, do you go get tires now? You're only about 12 laps short of what you would do.
You definitely get tired.
Figure out how to tell him to get in front of me.
Chris Collins is still leading this race, that number 1 machine. Andy Player in second. Mike Adamson is in third. Fourth place, Jesse Redding. And fifth place, Austin Paul.
I don't think he can hear
Well,
me.
a lot of guys stayed out, Alan, and
Sorry, he got up here
some of
now,
the guys
I
that
think.
pitted
He
did
did.
not change tires. Dylan Bryant didn't.
Okay.
Let's see.
Jackson, did he change tires?
That'll make for a faster
I think
pit
so.
stop,
No,
maybe.
he
Next
didn't
time.
change tires. Now,
So from
McAdam was damaged.
So from 14th right here, you're looking at Dylan Bryant. Right now is listed as 14th on back. They hit pit lane here on lap 37. Everybody forward of that, so your top 13 didn't even go onto the lane. Now, it's probably, I don't think it took tires, like you said, they only had a few seconds on pit road. Not enough to take on 4 tires, certainly, and I doubt you would take 2 here. I wouldn't. I don't know that that would really work out for you.
Man, I cannot believe. I am dumbfounded that people didn't take tires that time.
Yeah, man, if one of those guys who went in had taken tires, that really could have separated them. Because it wouldn't be that much of a disadvantage at this point, I don't think.
No, because the caution comes out now. Everybody's going to take tires, and you're going to be exactly where you was at.
Yep. Now, those guys who did go in, they may have a faster pit stop next time because they have less fuel to onboard. You know, if they all go in again. So it might be an advantage later on. Got Albert out there in the chat. We're back underway. We're back green. But Albert Anderson, not feeling well. A little under the weather. Hope you feel better, buddy. He's out there in the chat supporting his team the other night, saying that was a big one for sure. And Lori says, way too early for a big one. You see him just racing down. Let's take a look back here in this just gaggle. It's 2x2 as far as you can see through here. You're looking kind of at the 14th position. Dylan Bryant right there. He's the first truck of those who went down pit lane. He's got a lot of ground to make up and no fresh tires to help him do it. I don't know that he's going to get back up there anytime soon. Especially with these rolling roadblocks all around him. All right, since we had a pretty good shuffle, jump back up here to your leader before we maybe have another incident. We're going to run through the field rather quickly so we can see if we can find your favorite driver. Chris Goins leading the way. Andy Player there in second. Jesse Redding in the newly minted, as of last week, 21 machine out of Knoxville. Trying to get around his outside there. You got Mike Adamson in the 88. Fifth place at the moment, you have Austin Paul out of Mount Washington, Kentucky. Followed closely by Dave Mayberry. Good run for Dave so far. He's running in 6th, up 12 spots. Aaron Warren right here up 14 spots, running in 7th. Number 10 machine, Andrew Cawthon in 8th. Followed closely by the 82. Mike Everidge up 19 spots so far. Now, some of these big jumps are because those guys went to the pit lane there, but hey, man, you take them when you can get them. So John Gallagher running in 10th. About to be challenged by Jacob Alicia there in the 31 and running in 11th. 12th place, Anthony Williams in that Goodweiser machine. Dylan Bryant, we talked about earlier, right now in 13th. John Shanebacher just to his inside, 14th. Jack Dixon running in the 15th position. I think Jack was he our pole sitter tonight, I think?
Yeah.
Yep, he was.
Out
Yep.
front.
Scott Roney in 16th. We have an onboard for Scott. We'll show you later. 23. Sean McDonald running 17th. Got Tom Barish in that good-looking Hardee's machine, if I do say so myself. Throw back to Cale Yarborough, running in the 18th position. Jonathan Osborne running 19th. And the next machine behind him, that's the 6th. Trevor Roberts is a lap down. He must have got repairs done or something that caused him to go a lap down. Jump back to the next position. It's 20th. John McAdam in the 47 was involved in that crash for sure. With Chandler Paul in the 72 just behind him. 22nd, Scott Milner in that throwback Tide machine. Good looking Tide ride. Running 22nd. 23rd, Greg Dobbs in the 085. George Rancon in the Wheaties throwback machine. Running 24th. Talked about Trevor. Trevor's running in the number 6 Ain't Dead Yet machine. Kelly Kill is off the track. I didn't think his damage was that bad.
He
And
may
Stoney
have been
Benfield, too.
Been a tie rod or something the way you hit with the wheel. I think he may have had wheel damage.
And that's through the field rather quickly. We just want to make sure we got them in there for you, folks. Back up front, you have no change. You got the number 1 machine is out to a 1.32 lead right now over second place. And now Mike Adamson, as we do have a caution. Now, I don't see who that was. It doesn't show up yet. Do you see it?
I don't see anything right this second. So, oh, yep, it was. Looks like the number 10 of Cawthon and the 51 of Dylan Bryant get together. Minor accident, but it was enough to bring out the caution.
So we'll take a look at that. On board here with a 10. Right there in that silver and black and the 51. Oh no, that was pretty significant. Is that the same one you were looking at?
Yeah, when I said minor, I was
not a big pileup. You
nobody
mean
else was involved. Yeah, it wasn't minor for Cawthon, as he got a little bit airborne, but nobody else hit it. He was wheels straight again within a couple of seconds.
He might be okay. Not too much damage. Andrew races with us out of Bartow, Florida. Yeah, I think let's take a look at his front end. I don't think he's that bad off. He's got some right front damage, maybe some wheel damage. We'll see. His wheel looks pretty straight in the truck, but that's you never know. See how that works out for him. See Chris Gomes and company going down pit lane. Let's see if they take tires this time. This is your current leader, or at least coming to the pit lane. It was Mike Evers. Was like he stayed out and took over the lead. All right, we're taking tires this time. Chris Gomes got the right side up for sure. I don't know what the 51 did, though. Let's go back and take a look. Looks like he was so fast. Nope. That was so fast he did not take tires. I don't know that that's going to work out for him with the one machine taking tires. He'll probably get it there pretty quick. Anybody else who did as well. That's where we're at. Now, you got Mike Everidge out there, man. He's got some significant damage on that left front. I don't know how fast he's going to be on this restart. He's deciding to come down pit lane this time, though. Handing over the lead to Jacob Alicia. Let's see. Alicia didn't take tires either.
Jack Dixon came in. He had a very long pit stop. He didn't take tires. He just sat in his box. I don't know what's going on. Guys going to the back. Maybe Jack. I don't know. I don't know if that's a strategy or if he had something going on, but he went to the back.
Yeah, it looks like we got, if I'm looking at the time, going by times, third place back took tires. We're talking Adamson player, Gomes, Redding, Mayberry, Warren. Barish didn't take tires. Austin Paul, pretty much everybody else except Mike Evers going back through the field. So these guys are going to be, I don't know how this is going to work out for the 51 machine.
Trevor Robertson came back in with 1 to green there, and he's sitting in the pits, not.
Or if you want to get me, run it by.
Not moving. I don't know if he's got a problem or what's going on with him.
Maybe had a penalty, I don't know, or just topping off because he's in the back anyway.
Well, he's
Copy, I
coming
appreciate
back out now. Maybe he had some damage. 'Cause,
Here we go. We're getting back underway. Controls over to Jacob Alicia, the 31 machine, and he's taking off. Good restart for him. 88 should get around 51 pretty quick here. 88's got new tires. 51 does not on that outside line. And you see Jacob Alicia just taking off. Jacob did not take any tires, though, so we'll see how long he can go.
Oh, no, I'm backing off of it, too.
Looking back a little bit here. Here comes the one machine up underneath a 13. That's going to be a battle because both these guys are on the same tire strategy. And these other guys just took off. Jacob Alicia's out there already to almost a second gap over Mike Adamson. And there must be, that's a 6 machine out in front of both of them. You see way out there. That is not for position. That's going to be Trevor Robertson. As we will look back, you can see the leader just behind the 6 machine here.
Trevor Robertson's got a black flag. He's having to pit, so that's really hurting his efforts. And I know he was up there in the points, so that's will not be a good point tonight for him if he doesn't get things turned around.
Yeah, he definitely was. Jack was in second in points coming into this race. I'm sorry, the 6 machine. No, he wasn't in the top 5.
Okay, no, he wasn't in the top 5. Okay.
Yeah. This is gonna be a battle here. I was looking for this. I'm surprised that either the 88.
Dobson in the inside wall really hard.
Oh, he's back down on track too. Take a look. Here we go. Oh, just loses it coming out of the corner.
No, the truck in front of him got sideways and he spooked him. Tried to turn down and he got loose.
So that's a Tom Barish in front of the 35 kilo Yarborough machine. Almost made contact and then just he decided to plant it to the inside wall instead of wrecking the field. I know that's probably what he did. He just went ahead and turned left.
Appreciate racing with you.
So these 2 machines, 13 is past the 88 now. The 88's probably really trying to manage his tires. 13's going to go up here and take the lead, I think. Here we go. Going to the inside quite easily. Now, if I'm the 13, I get out there in this clean air, I start managing those tires. Not quite gone. A little fight back from the 31 here. Gonna take another corner at least. You better get it done quick. It's just not quite able to do it. You may have to go up there almost mid-corner.
I think you got him that time.
There we go. 1 machine's up here now. Chris Gomes been super fast here tonight. That High Tide Hospitality #1 machine. Yeah, I mean, look how much you're able to hold that outside, Ricky. Just that momentum and a little bit maybe side draft. Even on old tires like that. Older tires, for sure.
Yeah, the high line at most of these tracks, if you've got old tires, is the way to try to save them a little bit because you can drive off the right rear instead of the right front. So we are sure Alicia didn't take tires because if he didn't, he's doing a heck of a job.
Let me take a look here again. Let me see.
I'll double check. I'll go double check while you're.
He had a 5-second pit stop, so unless he did it on the last round and I didn't catch it, maybe that's what he did. But while we got a chance,
I don't know if he's taking pit stops or taking tires at all.
I'm not sure. I didn't see it, but either way, he did a great job holding his position there. So we're gonna pay the bills here real quick, folks, and talk about Tow Call. Our primary sponsor for both the Premiere Series and the Vanquish Series on Friday nights. if you're out there and you need of a tow, a jump start, a lockout, or a tire change, and you live in the Washington, D.C. metro area, make sure you get in touch with Tow Call at towcallroadside@gmail.com. All together, towcallroadside@gmail.com for fast and professional service. Get in touch with them. That's going to be Mr. Anderson's company, and we are grateful to him for sponsoring both of our series here this season.
And to follow up on Jacob Alicia Allen, on lap 38, he took 4 tires. So he did take tires on one of the last cautions.
Okay, that makes more sense than what we were
not
watching.
Not the last caution, but the one before that.
Yeah, for sure. 12 minutes of optional. It says beefcakes. I think is that the 085 machine there in the chat? I think it is. As we're watching, this is a battle for first place. Go ahead. I think it's Dobson.
Yeah, I think it's Dobson.
Well, let's check real quick and see if he's still got his camera on, because we were looking at him earlier. He can wave at us if you're out there, Mr. Dobson. Oh, he's gone. He went in and shut her down. So I thought the one might go up here and take the lead, but maybe he's taking the more conservative approach here. They are on equal tires. So lap 67. These guys went in on 49, and what I'm tracking is about their max distance on a fuel tank is 49 laps. That's a pretty long way, but it is a short track. So what I tell you, I said lap 49.
Yes. So
they should be back in around 98. We got a long way to go here, folks, but these laps will go by pretty fast. So we're going to go.
Oh, man. I was just about to call him out, too.
Who's
Jesse
that?
Redding just pile drove the wall. He's running in 4th. I hope he's okay.
This be a challenge right there. Well, he just passed the 31, so we'll see if we notice any drop off in his performance. You can see the rub on the side of his truck, though. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good pancake there.
Well, we've got guys, running really well that may not always be up front. Aaron Warren's in 6th, Mayberry's up in 7th, Gallagher 8th, Shane Bachler 9th, Austin Paul 10th, Chandler Paul in 11th, Anthony Williams 12th. This is a kind of a shakeup kind of running order here. We've got guys really showing out here at the run.
Yeah, and that's kind of a product of what we saw. We saw, what was it? We said the 51 went in and took a bunch of folks down to pit lane to get some extra tire, or to get some, see, the 721 machine there. Gallagher just nailed the wall. Looks like he might be okay. We'll see. But yeah, we had a little shake up on the 2 stops ago, and then they all went down, and a few of them took tires and others didn't. So all kinds of strategies at play right now. Looks like he's going to be okay. He took a really good shot into the wall, though. Still doesn't look quite as pancaked as the other truck.
A lot of times I can have an idea of what some of these guys are doing, and I really don't, because you got Gones back out in front, but then I'm looking at the back of the field that's right in front of Gones. I mean, literally right in front of Gones, you got Osborne, Rincon, and Jack Dixon.
Yep, and not
about to go a lap down.
Two steps up from that, you got your current points leader, Dylan Bryant. He's running in 17th position right now. He chose not to take any tires that time. We didn't got fuel. I mean, these guys they must be banking on having late cautions and wanting to have those tires to be able to outperform everyone. I wonder.
I mean, but if you lose a lap and you're a lap down, it's not going to matter.
Right.
Unless it goes green. I mean, if it goes green and there's a way to make that work, but even if it goes green, if you go a lap down, you've lost a lap already. So I don't know how you make that up.
You got Dylan right here running in a pocket by himself. Really no one around him. I mean, look at this. He's got all kinds of real estate in front and back. But to your point, won't be that much longer, and the leader's going to be up there maybe looking to put him a lap down. Right here's your leader. And I do believe the next truck for him to come to is the 51 machine. No, is it? Let me see.
35.
Nope, 35, and then the 51. There we go. As we run on track, but he's less than a quarter lap in front of your leader right now. who was just really chopping off these laps. You see how he's closing in on the 35 there. Yeah, maybe half a stretch. Go ahead.
If we make it another, I don't know, 10 laps and Bryant stays on the lead lap and then they get a caution, the guys that, I mean, they may all take tires, but then if they do, he's going to have an extra set toward the end of the race. So he could be in good shape depending on what happens. But you've got to stay on the lead lap. Yeah,
for sure. Here you got your two leaders. You got the 1 and the 88. They are just moving out right now. They just passed the 35. The 88's really doing a great job right now. That Wrangler machine. 6 has got fresher tires. We saw him going down the pit lane. I think he's got fresher tires for a server penalty, so he's a couple laps down. This is not for position as you see the 6 machine go by.
Take the inside in one here, Cody.
You hear them communicating. Robertson and Gones there.
Yeah, the Trevor must have had something else happen. He's on lap 64, and the leaders are on 78, so he was in the pits for a long time.
Yeah. Well, we have a chance here. Let's see what else. Let's talk about this weekend. So, any of you drivers out there or fans like to watch race car drivers go left and right, make sure you tune in this weekend because VRL is going to be participating in the Daytona 24, the iRacing special event, Daytona 24-hour. The wait's over, folks. We're looking forward to this. This Saturday is 07 in the morning. Yes, it's very early. Eastern Standard Time. VRL is going to storm into the iRacing special event, this iconic 24 hours of Daytona, a full day of battle, speed, strategy, and endurance. And we are fielding 3 fully loaded teams, 13 drivers strong, ready to take on the fight at Daytona. They got Team Apex, Nitro, and Velocity. We're going to be racing it out for 24 relentless hours. Our drivers will push through traffic, nightfall, fatigue, and the fiercest competition that iRacing has to offer. Every lap's going to matter. Every pit stop will count. Every moment will test our grit over the course of that 24 hours. So set your alarms, grab your coffee, and ride with us from green flag to checkered flag. This Saturday, 0700 Eastern, the Endurance War will begin. Tune in to VRN for 24-hour coverage of all 3 teams. Remember, VRN, driven by passion and fueled by competition. We're really looking forward to that, Ricky. It's going to be a great event for our drivers here in the series and the Vigilante Racing League who love to turn left and right and not just go and do the ovals. We have a pretty good contingent compared to most leagues of guys who like to do that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've never raced in the 24, but I've watched it every year that you all have done it. So it's different for people that watch it because it's all about strategy. You could be 2 or 3 laps down and you're not really out of the race. It just depends on what's going on. So it is an endurance race, and there's a lot of strategy, and you've got cars in different classes, so you've got two different speeds out there, and everybody then gets on different strategies a couple hours into the race. So always passing. There's always traffic. It's really interesting. And if there's weather, holy cow.
I know, man. I mean, we raced at Mount Panorama, which is down in Australia last year. Man, it rained almost the entire time on us. And we had I think last year's Daytona 24 was pretty rainy as well, if I recall, monsoon conditions at one point. But to your point, different classes make it interesting because for the viewer, you get to see a lot of passing. It might not be the same class, but you get to see a lot of kind of interesting, not only strategies, but there's a skill set just managing traffic that people don't really appreciate as much as maybe we should.
Oh, yeah. It's all about timing your passes and your moves when you've got slower traffic. And is all 3 of your teams in the Premiere class, or is any of them in the lower class? Did I lose you, Alan?
All of our drivers are Premier class, but we'll take drivers from either of the series, but I think most of them, let me double check. Maybe Lori
No,
can tell
I'm
us.
saying, are you all running the? I can't remember the.
Oh, the GTPs you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're running the Cadillac GTP, which is a prototype. Very fast. We tend. I don't like getting run over. And when I run the GT3s, I feel like I'm constantly getting run over. Like I said, it's a skill set of managing traffic if you're passing in the GTPs, but also if you're in the slower classes, the GT3 and the LMP2. You got to manage who's coming up behind you and where do you position yourself to make sure that they get around clean. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would rather run in the faster cars just because, man, just getting past all the time is tough. But there's also the skill when you're trying to pass people to make sure you don't run over them, too. So it's tough all around.
Yeah, for sure. So we're coming up on 90 laps in this event of 150 laps. You're looking at Austin Paul out of Mount Washington, Kentucky right now. Austin's running in ninth, up 6 spots from where he began the night. So before we go through the field, a little scrape of the wall, maybe a little curse there. You want to run through chat and see if we missed anything before we run through the field again?
Well, we've got a lot of people out in chat. Perkle Perk talking about towing services and recommending Albert Anderson and Tow Call. You've got let's see, Kyle Vaught cheering on Austin Paul. And Austin Paul is, like you said, running up in ninth, and he's got that cool paint scheme. It was supposed to be the Davey Allison Back to the Future Part 2 paint scheme that for some reason never ran, but that was what the scheme was going to look like. So that's really cool looking truck. You've got Taylor Provax, great night for VRL Racing. And we've got, she's saying, she's giving us a shout out. So, hey, Taylor, I hope Kyle's doing better and gets back soon. I'd like to see him out here.
Yeah, for sure. Kyle's been on injured reserve, and they're talking about putting some parts in him, making him the $6 million man. Little bionic racer out here pretty soon. I hope he gets back soon and shows off those skill sets. He says he's going to be faster when he gets back. New and improved, in fact.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you put more parts in you should get a little better. Those newer parts are supposed to be faster.
Yeah, for sure. We'd hope so, right, with the new technology. But so, hey, let's go through the field real quick since we have this nice long green flag run. I think we're at lap 93. What did I calculate previously? We should see pit stops around 98. So we'll make a quick run.
Yeah, close to 100.
So here we are, man. Chris Goins is laying them down, picking them up right now so far, putting trucks laps down. About to go around the 19 machine here. Running first. Mike Adelson up 12 spots in second. Andy Player in the 13 in third place, up 3 spots. Jacob Alicia in fourth, up 7 positions. Right there behind him. I haven't seen this Exide machine. I like that paint scheme for John Shanebachler out of Louisville, Kentucky, running in fifth, up 21 positions. Dave Mayberry having a great run right there in sixth, up 12 positions already. John McAdam, the 47 Kodiak machine. Down 3 spots, but still in the top 10, running 7th. Aaron Warren, that 22 machine out of Jasper, Alabama, up to 13 positions in 8th. Anthony Williams in the 5 out of Blanchard, Oklahoma. Anthony's running 9th, up 4 positions from where he began the race. And then you got Austin Paul right here out of Mount Washington, the number 3 machine, getting around the 28, who just kind of tagged the wall just a bit there, the 28 machine of George Rincon. George is right now running a lap down. Chandler Paul, his brother, right behind him, running 11th, up 14 spots. Andrew Cawthon out of Bartow, Florida, running in 12th position, down a couple of spots, but running well right now in 12th. And John Gallagher up 10 positions overall tonight, running in 13th. Got Sean McDonald out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Sean is in 14th. Jesse Redding up 9 spots so far, running in 15th position at 21 machine. Scott Miller in 19, he's up 6 positions in 16th. Dylan Bryant here, Dixon said he's going to pit in there. Dylan Bryant here in 17th, and Jack Dixon said he's pitting. He's in 18th right now, about to hit pit lane. George Rincon, the 28 Wheaties machine in 19th. Tom Barrison, the 35 Hardys, he's in 20th. Jonathan Osborne in the 21st.
I'll stay high.
Mike Everidge, 22nd. out of Melbourne, Kentucky. And here, ooh, Six Machine get down on the. Don't know if he had trouble or he just decided to hit pit lane. Trevor is in 23rd, up 4 spots from where he began, but like you mentioned, he's laps down. He's 84 laps complete. Leaders have completed 98. Greg Dobson's back on the track, running in 24th. And I think that's it. Everybody else is already out of the race. Scott Roney, Kelly Kill, Stoney Benfield, and Russ Kilgore. And that's through the field, 100 laps into 150 laps. This is flying by, Ricky. Maybe we should have made this race longer. Tell Lori.
Yeah, I'm sure the drivers are probably not wanting it to be longer at this point. A lot of times we like these longer races, but man, 150 at the Rock is tough.
31 in the
Wearing them out. You're starting to see this pit lane get pretty active here.
12.
Oh, I just heard Chris Gomes saving fuel. Did you hear that? Yep, he sure is. Let's take it on board and listen.
Well, you said that, you know, you go right at 50 and these guys are pitting on 100, 101, whatever, so...
Oh, here he comes right now.
Having to save gas.
Yeah, I had 49 if you're just kind of running flat out. So if you save a little bit, yeah, you probably go 50, 51. You're currently hitting pit lane right now. Chris Gomes really been dominant here tonight in that number 1 highest side or high tide hospitality rather machine. Should see him take tires, I would imagine here. 50 laps to go. Strap on that last set, Ricky. Is that what you would do?
Oh,
Less
yeah.
than 50.
You got to. You've got to, just in case there's no more cautions. It looks like a player maybe made it an extra lap. So if these guys are having to save at the end of the race, maybe players are not having to save, and that'll help him pass some of these guys. I don't know. But he's definitely got more fuel than anybody else on.
Yeah, that number 1 machine needs to take note of that. This is the downside to not having a live spotter too. Is if you're not able to pay attention to everybody, but your closest competition. I know me as a driver, I was paying attention to when they went in, and so he probably knows.
Yeah, and a lot of times your teammates, if they're around, they'll try to help you out, and help you figure it out.
So, it's like we're making it through the green flag stops pretty well. Let's take a look and see who's already made it. Let's got a few others. Austin Paul went there on 99. Well, these are high 90s. Like Jonathan Osborne was last on at 91, so he'll probably pit here soon. Actually, no, he can go a lot further. He'll have to pit again. Looks like pretty much it. Looks like we made it through that round of green flag pit stops for the most part. Take a check on pit lane and see how it looks. Looks pretty clean right now.
Yeah, I think everybody's pitted. I just saw the Milner truck come out. I think he might have been the last one.
So, don't know if you've been checking out the Vanquish Discord channel, Ricky. And we're in the Premiere Series, but let's talk about Friday night just a little bit. So, there's going to be a shakeup for the Vanquish Series next season, folks. So if you watch us over there, watching on VRN, obviously, and you're a fan of one of those drivers, just want to give you some information kind of behind the scenes here. The future is in these drivers' hands. And so if you want to influence as a fan, you know the driver, make sure you talk to him. But the Vigilante Vanquish Series is gearing up for its biggest decision yet. And every driver has a voice in what comes next. Over the next 2 weeks, we've been running, and actually the last week and the next week coming, we've been running a quick Q&A with each of the drivers to gauge interest and potential as to changing the vehicle for next season. We run trucks right now in both of the series, but we're looking to, give it a little bit different flavor, a chance to help shape the identity of that series. And we have 4 options at play. We're looking at potentially the next gen, which is the Gen 7 Cup car in real life, the Xfinity, formerly the Xfinity, now the O'Reilly series vehicle, and the Gen 4 or the new ARCA. So Vanquish already stands apart from this series as a dedicated Speedway battleground, and now we're exploring whether a new car can elevate the identity even further. More speed, more challenge, more chaos. That's what we're here to find out. So their feedback will determine the direction of the series. the competition level and the kind of racing we deliver next season. Every vote counts, every opinion matters, and we're going to build this next era of Vanquish together. But kind of want to put that out there to the fan base to make sure they knew, hey, you're going to see different vehicles for the Friday night series so that we can have a very distinct identity between the two series.
That's a really good idea, and if these guys want to throw their boulders over their shoulders, they'd pick out Gen 4 because that bad boy is tough to drive, but it's fun.
I tell you, that's the one with the most horsepower, which is probably why it's the toughest one to drive.
Yeah, I really like. I mean, I've not driven in a couple of months. I've been swamped with the work, but when I was driving a little bit more, I had more fun in the Gen 4s than anything else because they're just so tough to drive.
Yeah, and the ARCA, man, I haven't driven it yet, but I've had some feedback from some of these drivers. The new ARCA, which is kind of based off the old Gen 6, you know, how they hand down they go from maybe the Cup Series and they start using those frames in the ARCA. It drives really well. Those guys say, you know, it's got decent horsepower, I think 700, about 50 horsepower more than the old ARCA car. So there's no slouch either for that vehicle. We'll see how it goes, and it's a really good looking car, especially for paint schemes.
Yeah, the ARCA, I think it's probably well, I don't want to say easiest. None of them are easy to drive, but it would probably be the most stable car to drive, and I think they have the most draft, so I would imagine that'll be a pretty popular pick from some guys because it is a popular car on the service, I think.
Yeah, I will say I've been trying to pry out of Lori which one's in the lead. She won't tell me for fear that I'm going to share the results. So, you know, we used to put up polls, but we kind of found that, hey, sometimes the polls are influenced by others, and she wanted to get a driver-by-driver input this time. She's got her notepad. She's burning up those pins in there. She's interviewing these guys before every race to make sure she hits all the drivers and gets their unvarnished opinion on where we should take that series on Friday night. So I'm pretty excited about it personally. I want to see a different identity wholly other than just the tracks for that series.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's a good move in the right direction. Have it give it its own identity and race a totally different vehicle.
Oh, and one other note I forgot to mention, we were talking about the changes in real life NASCAR for crowning a champion. Lori has hinted to me, and she hasn't yet told me her decision, but she's thinking of following that to a great degree next season for the Premiere Series. So for this series, you may see a change in how we crown a champion during the regular NASCAR season.
Yeah,
she put changes are coming. Oh, yeah.
Like instead of splitting it out into 2 seasons, running the whole schedule.
Well, she was looking at a couple options, running an entire year with 10 races at the end for the crown our champion, just like they are, minus stage breaks. She's not going to get into that because it just creates a whole host of issues as far as breeding cautions kind of situation. However, there is also the possibility of still splitting into 18 weeks segments and having a 5-week chase to crown the champion, you know, reset just as they do in real life NASCAR and go from there. But I don't know what she's going to do yet. She's really just, I don't know. She's weighing all the options, one of which is staying what we currently have. But, you know, now that real life NASCAR is going over to the chase, I'm really intrigued. I would like to change to that format.
Yeah. I think it could definitely create some more interest in different strategies in the VRL for sure. Like it, I do. I think, you know, I really wish NASCAR would go back to giving a bonus points for leading a lap like they used to, maybe bonus points for the most laps. Those kind of things would be kind of cool too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'd like to see that. It would help out a little bit too. You just saw the 123, man. He's been flirting with that wall all night. I just saw him bang off of that one again. Still looking okay, but he seems to really like the high line. But that's the problem with the high line. Oh, he scrapes it again. You never know when it's just going to reach out and bite you.
And we are down to 8 trucks on the lead lap. That is crazy.
Yeah,
Jones
Chris.
is really stomping.
Yeah, he's putting on the clinic right now. That man is out to a 2.8 second advantage over second place Adamson. Adamson having a great run tonight too. I mean, he's up 12 positions, running strong in second here, going around the number 3 machine, and it's another 7 seconds back to Jacob Alicia. So I mean, Adamson's just really running away with it too, but he's not quite as fast as Mr. Gones there. He's pretty close. He's only a couple seconds off his pace right now. Could we see Gones burn up his stuff and then suddenly Adamson's there?
Well, are they going to have to start saving gas at the end of the run too? We don't know that. Like, are they going all out right now, but maybe have to really save at the end of the run?
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to continue back, go through the field here. Might go a little slower this time, but Mike Adamson, like I said, he's a great run here tonight. Jacob Alicia's up 8 spots. He's racing with us, Ricky, out of Indianapolis. So racing town there, man. And he's had a really good season.
Yeah, he's strong. I know he's a bit newer to the series over the last couple of seasons, but he's really took to the series well, and he's always front runner.
Yeah, right now he's also third in the points with 200 exactly coming into this race. This is going to help his cause a little bit too. The only people in front of him was Jack Dixon, which we know is having a little bit of trouble tonight. He's in front of Jack, so he'll gain on Jack and Dylan Bryant if things finish the way they are right now. Chris Gones was 2 points behind Jacob Alicia, so if he's able to finish here and win this race, he'll jump in front of Jacob Alicia and gain on the other 2 guys as well. Here's another one. This is your tied for 4th place machine. Andy Player was tied with Chris Gones, who's your leader, but he's running here strong in 4th position. As you see the 51 of Dylan Bryant a lap down in 13th right behind him.
Yeah, Dylan's done a good job of trying to mitigate that damage. I think he was down at like maybe 18th or 19th, and he's got it back up to 13th with that off strategy that just didn't work. But if he can get, even 13th is way better than almost 20th. So I said going into the race that Rockingham and Talladega would be the 2 that he really needed to dodge. If he can come out of Rockingham with, there's a wreck. There's no caution,
smoke.
but there is a wreck.
See a 28 and 35 down there on the, yep. We'll go back and take a look, and we'll come back up here for your rest of your through the field. Let's see. We had Tom Barish and George Rincon involved in that.
Oh, no.
Here we go. 35 machine. Oh, just gets a piece of the wall. Then goes back up because the 10 dodges, and so the 35 reacts, looks like, to that, to stay off of the 10. And in doing so, he ends up collecting the 28. Oh, man, it's unfortunate for both those guys.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't bring out a caution either, but they spun to the inside. So, man, I know there's probably everybody except Chris Gones wants caution.
Yeah, for sure. That would have been played into a lot of guys' hands as we're only 24 laps to go here. We're riding on board right now with John Shanebachler, up 21 spots, running in 5th right now, Ricky.
Yeah, really good run. Like you said earlier, I like that Exide scheme. The old Jeff Burton look, really nice truck, solid run coming from the back.
For sure. And John McAdam here running in the 6th position. Good run for him. He's down 2 spots. He began the race in 4th, but still really great run. You saw he had some trouble earlier, so he's rebounded nicely.
Yeah, because he was involved in that early wreck and could have done some bad damage to him, but he's able to bring it back up. Man, wow, there's people all over the place. Greg Dobson popped the wall a couple of times there. You've got some really wicked trucks out there. There may be a caution before this is over. Yeah,
we're down to 21 laps to go, but to your point, they're so long in the tooth on this stint, and some guys probably didn't have tires on that last stop. As we're looking at the 22 machine of Aaron Warren, he's running 7th, up 14 positions. He's getting past that wounded 28 Wheaties machine of George Rincon. George staying out there hanging in there like a trooper. 22 there at 14 spots. Dave Mayberry, man, what a great run Dave's having. In the 8th position, up 10 spots so far.
He's been fighting for the last 10 laps to stay on the lead lap, too. He's been racing really hard right in front of the leader, trying to maintain that lead lap position.
Yeah, you got the leader right on him. Now there's a fine line between fighting hard and then and making sure that you don't take yourself out of a great running spot. You see some smoke there, too. I don't know where that was coming from. Oh, it's on pit lane. Somebody smoking on pit lane keeps kind of freaking me out. You see the one machine trying to get around the outside of the 29 is going to get there.
Oh, he had to pedal it. Oh,
little scrape on the wall there. Yeah, 29 is racing hard. It's his right to do, folks. He's trying to stay on that lead lap and be in competition. In the event there's a caution, he doesn't want to be a lap down. But unfortunately, he's about to go a lap down right now. But he's a lucky dog until that one machine passes the next truck. And that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that 22 is the next truck, so Mayberry needs to stay right on the ones bumping.
Yeah, follow him through every hole if he can. So Dave Mayberry. And then back next, we got ninth position of Andrew Cawthon, up one spot. Anthony Williams, Blanchard, Oklahoma's own, running in 10th. Great run for him so far tonight, up 3 spots. John Gallagher, man, just been pounding that wall, but he's still in 11th in that 123, racing out of Roseville, California. And Superman is trying to make a comeback here. He's in 12th right now. Still making some progress. Just went to 11th. He might end up with the top 10. Just passing Anthony Williams there. Austin Paul. Kyle's been out there. Kyle Vaught pulling for the number 3 machine. Austin is up 2 spots, running in 13th. Jesse Redding up 10 positions. Great run to come that far. He's in 14th right now. Chandler Paul, the other Paul brother, up 10 spots as well, man. What a great run for him right now in 15th, coming 10 spots up and still looking to get more. Scott Milner, 19 machine, up 6 positions. Then we got George Rincon, like I said, he's being a trooper out there running that wounded Goodweiser machine. George is running 17th, and then you got Jack Dixon, pole center tonight, having some trouble. I'm sure. I mean, he's definitely not happy with this run. I'd like to know what happened. Right now, down 17 positions from where he began, obviously for the night. Jonathan Osborne, the 81 machine. Jonathan also not having as good as a night as we're used to seeing him. He's running a 19th, down 11. I was just thinking maybe they got caught out by some strategy.
Yeah, it's tough to tell what's going on with some of the drivers with all the strategy that's happened. That's for sure, because I'm just trying to look at the board now. I see players up to, he's in 4th, trying to see if some of these guys may be saving gas. He's so far behind Alicia in 3rd. Even if they are having to save gas, I don't know if he can get into the top 3. But I know he's the best on mileage right now, so he's the one I would watch to be able to hold it wide open.
Yeah, you're talking about the 13 machine and player, right? Because he stayed on the extra lap.
Yeah, because he stayed out 2 extra laps over some of them and 1 extra lap over several of the others.
Right now, you're riding on board with Chris Gomes. This is your leader. He's out to a 2.8 second lead right now over Mike Adamson, and then Mike is 7 seconds in front of Jacob Alicia in the 31 machine. So that's your top 3 right now. We're coming to 10 laps to go. These laps are going to go pretty quick.
I don't know if we've ever had I'm sure we have, but a gap this large between 1, 2, and 3 that's not on a road course. This is really, really crazy.
Yeah, Chris is really putting on the clinic here tonight. So we're going to go from looking off the hood. We're going to go through the field a little bit here so you can kind of see the perspective. We'll go back 1 truck at a time. Going back to Dave Mayberry. We're not going in order of position. We're just going in order of position on the track position, not running order. So Dave is sitting here just having gone down a lap recently. I'm looking just to see if there's any battles here on the track. They're pretty well spread out, as you're going to be able to see from this track map that I'm going to stick up here for you. We're all over the track here. Here's your 2nd place machine, Mike Adamson. Good looking Wrangler colors. His old Omega machine, Jack Dixon. I think you said that was one of your graphics. That's back when you were under a different banner, wasn't it? Or no?
Yeah, that was a D&D graphic paint scheme from back in the day.
Oh, looks like we lost Russ Kilgore. Here's.
Take high, Mike. Take high.
Oh, Milner's talking to someone out there. Here's Superman for all you 51 fans out there. Dylan races with us out of Stem, North Carolina.
Thank you.
Jacob Alicia, the 3rd place machine. 7 laps to go, people. 7 laps. There's some damage there on Jonathan's truck on the right front. Might be part of the reason why he's not as far up as we're used to seeing him. Tony Benfield out of the race. Like Tom Bears out of the race. And Kelly Kill.
Sorry, I got damaged. I'm trying to stay out of everybody's way.
Shane Bachler here. Shane Bachler's running 6th. Great run for him. I really do like that machine. If I were him, I'd probably keep that scheme for a while. Jesse Redding's here. You hear the fuel savings here. Clutching. I don't know about you. Whenever I had to clutch, though, it really kind of caught me off guard a little bit on running the race. And we're back to the front now. 5 laps to go.
Yeah, I used the trick of just cutting the truck off, killing the ignition and cutting it back on. It seemed to not be as big of a issue to do it that way for me.
We're right on board here for a second with Chris Goins and see if he's saving any fuel.
I don't think so. He's running 25.6, and that's a 7, but that's still faster than anybody else.
4 laps to go.
Well, that worked out.
Man, he is just hoping to go through more laps green. If he can get the 1 lap to go, get to the white,
Sorry if you would have heard it.
we'll have this one in the bag. He is not saving fuel. He must be good to the end. 3 laps.
So am I.
I tell you what, this is really going to help his championship hopes get up there a little closer to that 51 machine who's been so dominant this season. Right now, 51, I mentioned he's going to maybe get a top 10. He is running 10th right now. 2 laps to go. Half a lap, and Chris Goins is going to be able to rest a little bit easier because the next flag after the white will end the race, yellow or checkered. Let's have to make one more circuit. 1 lap to go, folks. Tremendous run by Chris Goins here tonight. What a race.
He just ran a 25.55 up from an 8, so he must have just decided to just crack the whip a little harder for the last couple of laps.
I'm not going to get in your guys'
He just really put on a clinic here. And what a great job. This man's going to come home, take the checkered flag here at the Rockingham, North Carolina. I'm sure he's going to be real happy with that result. And it should be a pretty spicy interview here at the end.
Back to back.
Oh, and back to back. And he won last week as well. Well, what did you think, Ricky?
That kind of played out like Rockingham can. Just you had some cautions, but then you had the long green. Or when they got green, they stayed green at Rockingham. It gets spread out. So, I'm surprised that it was that big of a gap between 1, 2, and 3. That did surprise me.
Well, I tell you what, that 88 machine had one heck of a run as well. And we're going to get interviews with your top 3, folks. Chris Goins first, Mike Adamson second, and Jacob Alicia bringing it home 3rd. But the man of the hour right now is Chris Goins. We'll see if he gives us a little bit of burn down here. That would be nice to see. As you see the 3 top podium guys right there at the start-finish line. There he goes. Going to go up against the wall there. Give the fans a little bit of excitement.
Okay, drivers, give it about 5 minutes here and we'll jump into some post-race review.
All right, while we got a chance, we'll go ahead and give you guys the results before we go over and get ready for the interviews. Get this up on the screen for you. So, tonight's winner, Chris Goins first, second, Mike Adamson, third, Jacob Alicia, Andy Player in fourth, John McAdam fifth, John Shanebacher, sixth position, great run, up 20 spots for that man. Dave Mayberry in seventh, Aaron Warren, eighth, Andrew Cawthon, ninth, Dylan Bryant brings it home in the 10th position.
And for the rest of the results here, so 11th is John Gallagher, 12th, Jesse Redding, 13th, Austin Paul, 14th, Scott Milner, Chandler Paul, 15th, Anthony Williams, 16th, Jack Dixon, 17th, Osborne in 18th, George Rincon limped it home and still got 19th, Mike Everidge in 20th.
And Tom Barish is 21st. Sean McDonald, 22nd. Greg Dobson, 23rd. Trevor Robertson, 24th. Scott Roney, 25th. 26th was Kelly Kill. 27th, Stoney Benfield. And rounding out the 28th position is Russ Kilgore. And that's your results for tonight's race here at Rockingham, folks. Hey, make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with interviews with your podium finishers. All right, folks, we are back and we're getting ready to interview your podium finishers. We're going to start off with Mr. Jacob Alicia in that 31 machine, having a great run here this season. And we're going to talk to Jacob now. Hey, Jacob, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Hey, fellas. Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, great run here tonight at the Rock. Looked like it was challenging and all kinds of different strategies happening there on the track. How was it from behind the steering wheel?
Well, it was especially difficult to figure out the right strategy. I got in that accident in lap 36, and I mean, I had to take new tires after that. I slid the tires the entire way down the backstretch. So I felt like I was behind the 8 ball, and I got very lucky with a caution around lap 50, and that kind of reset me back on the same strategy as everyone else, just with slightly older tires. And then it just ran green the rest of the way. So the best strategy is, I guess, to get spun early in the race so that you're back on the strategy later.
Yeah, I thought I saw that on your strategy card before you began the race there. Spin out on this lap and get back into it, man. But great job. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for our third place finisher here tonight?
Yeah, Jacob, good job here at the Rock tonight. What, I mean, it looked like you had a lot of up and down, but what did anything surprise you about the race, or did it kind of play out like you expected a Rockingham race would?
It kind of played out like a Rockingham race. Once we got really spread out and going, a lot of one-on-one fights don't really produce cautions. So, but I kind of excel where you are in a nice long green flag run and you keep good care of your tires and your stuff. And well, I was able to make advantage of that once the strategy played out in my favor. So, yeah, just a really good race for us.
Oh, man, you're having a great season so far. Before I let you go, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
I'll just shout out to the boys back at the garage for putting together a nice solid machine that didn't mind a couple bruises before she got going. And a shout out to the teammates that helped keep me cool and composed while I was trying to figure out how to get back up to the front. And of course, shout out to the admins and creators of the league here. You guys do a great job of putting on the stream. Can't wait to watch it back before I go to bed tonight.
All right, buddy. Hey, we appreciate the kind words, and we look forward to seeing you on Las Vegas Motor Speedway next week. Congratulations on the podium finish tonight.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks, Ricky.
That was your third place machine of Mr. Jacob Alicia. We're going to move on up another step on the podium here, and that really good-looking Wrangler machine, Mr. Mike Adams out of Sanford, Florida. Hey, Mike, man, what a run here tonight. Hey, do you have us? Is this Alan and Ricky in the booth?
Absolutely, sir.
Hey, man, first of all, awesome paint scheme. That looked really good on track tonight. But an incredible run for you, man. Up 12 spots, bringing it home strong in second. And you were not that far out of touch with Mr. Gomes. How was it from behind the wheel?
It was rough. It was rough. You know, I'd gain on him a little bit, lose a little bit. And when we started hitting lap traffic, it was just, I was hoping he was going to get slowed up by some of the traffic, but it didn't happen. And, but hey, you know, we'll take a second. Nothing to shake a stick at.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Take a second. That's a great run. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for our second place finisher?
A good run, Mike. It was a solid effort. What stuck out to you tonight as the strategy played out? We had those couple early cautions, and then it spread out. Is that kind of what you expected, that we'd get those long green runs?
With the amount of tires that we had, I was expecting we might have to save a set here and there. But, you know, the earlier cautions was the strategy was to come in and take fuel only, you know, because we wanted to get as much out of the tires as we could before we had to take them off. So at least a minimum of a 50 lap run to get a fresh set.
Well, hey, buddy, congratulations on the second place finish. How you feeling about Las Vegas?
Feeling pretty good. Got a little bit of momentum headed there, so we'll take it as stride.
All right, buddy. Well, before I let you go, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
Absolutely. My wife, my kids, Dale, Taylor, Lane, Riley, all the guys back in the shop. Cam, I brought it home second tonight. Albert, wish you could be here with us. Understand you had a little situation, but we're thinking about you.
Well, hey, Mike, again, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you next week, man. And good night.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, second place machine of Mr. Mike Adamson. And we're going to run up the podium one more step to Mr. Chris Gones there, tonight's winner here at the Rock. Find him, pull him in here. Hey, Mr. Gones, it's 2 weeks in a row, buddy. You're going to start giving these guys a complex. How did it feel from behind the wheel?
Oh, this one was tough. There was a lot of traffic, a lot of fast trucks up towards the front there. So this one was interesting. The racing the track as much as you're racing everybody else. So luckily we were able to kind of pick our battles where we needed to and weave our way through it and come out with a win 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, man. So, hey, Ricky, coming from the man who won by over 4 seconds, what do you have for the champion here tonight, Ricky?
Yeah, good job, Chris. That's a good old-fashioned tail whipping there. I don't know what I could ask. Like, did you have to say, was you saving gas or saving anything at the end, or was you just good to go and you just kind of was on cruise control?
No, I saved what I needed to a little bit there. I only needed to save about a lap in that middle stint where I had to make it to I wanted to make it to lap 102 to just kind of put it to where I didn't have to worry about fuel unless a green light checker happened, but praying that it didn't, and luckily it didn't. So but I saved there in the middle of the race just to get a little bit of fuel there for the end. So that last run I was just I was focused on, you know, not making a mistake, not, you know, putting her in the wall, and kind of just navigating the traffic as it came to me. And luckily, you know, everything kind of worked out.
Yeah, man, there was a couple of close calls there. Me and Ricky were checking out for guys who were trying to bring out a caution. There was one wreck at the 35, and someone else down the inside was surprising, didn't bring out one. But hey, man, to your benefit, you got to that white flag and brought it home, top step of the podium. Before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, for sure. As always, want to shout out High Tide Hospitality, on the primary sponsor on the truck. Love the restaurants up there, so go check them out if you're in the Charlotte area. Obviously, Tow Call with Albert for sponsoring the league. If you're in that area and need some assistance, definitely give them a shout. I want to shout out the drivers here. In VRL, solid race. You know, I know we had a few cautions, but nothing too crazy. Just a good run overall. Lori for the admin job that she does over here. Teammates John McAdam and Jesse Redding, I think they both had decent runs too. So, and then obviously you guys over here. It's good to have Ricky back in the booth for this one, and appreciate you guys doing it. And just hopefully we can make it 3 in a row next week at Vegas.
Hey, man, we'll find out. We look forward to seeing you there. And congratulations once again, and have a good night.
I appreciate it, guys. Take care.
You too. All right, man, that was your champion, Mr. Chris Gomes. You want to give us a check on the chat one more time before we get out of here?
Yeah, Kyle Vaught with the congratulations to Greg Gomes for the good win. Tim McAdams said good race, guys. Kyle congratulating us on the broadcast. Albert congratulating Gones. So that's kind of wrapped up the chat there. It's yes, everybody was entrenched with the race there. They need to tune in on Friday. Where you going to be on Friday for the Vanquish?
So on Friday night, we are going to be at, I'm glad you asked. Let's see, Homestead, Miami. That should be a good one.
Yeah, another tire track, but a totally different kind of racetrack where you can rim ride and the draft plays a little bit of, there's all kinds of stuff that goes on in Miami. It's probably my favorite track.
Yeah, I really enjoy racing there. But hey, man, Ricky, it's great to have you back in the booth, buddy. I'm glad you got past I won't say your H2O problems, so you don't get any PTSD there. And I want to thank my wife Lori again for taking care of this league, our drivers, our family, man, just pretty much everything. We couldn't do this without her. And with that, folks, round 9 is officially in the books, and we're looking forward, like we mentioned, to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for next week's contest. Be sure to tune in to VRN at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time so you don't miss any of the action. But until then, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.